Today we are at Rainbow's End checking out the new Stratosphere ride, which is a ride where there's only 3 other types of rides like that worldwide, and it's the only ride of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere. So we're going to be finding out a bit more about it today, but one thing I want to know is, what does it take to turn this idea into an awesome ride?
Well, Brittany, the way they turned an awesome idea into a ride is to think about something that hasn't been seen in Auckland before in terms of thrill rides. So, of course, because the Stratosphere is actually a very unique ride in the fact that it's the only ride of its kind in the Southern Hemisphere which does a whole 360 spin. It's something that the management thought, well, that's the way to go, give the people something they haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's so cool. So have you been on the ride yourself yet?
I have been on the ride. I've done the 360 and the 45-degree angle, so it's amazing, it's fantastic. Thoroughly recommend it. Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, you are one of the members of the theming department here at Rainbow's End, so what exactly does your job involve?
Well, at the moment we're looking at theming different parts of the park, giving their own specific look.
Cool.
So we do a lot of signage, we do a lot of sound, a lot of just anything sort of visual that can just make an area that looks a little ordinary, make it look like something pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything visual is what we do. Yeah.
So what part did you play in the theming around the Stratosphere then?
I mostly did a lot of signage. The signage is basically just hand painted imagery on plywood.
Yeah.
And also did a lot of the images of the spaceships, the dome on the roof, and my boss Alan did the big blackboard with the scientific experiments. Yeah.
So what is the theme of the Stratosphere for people who haven't seen it yet?
Well, when we got the name, we thought, well, what kind of idea goes with the Stratosphere? And so we're thinking, well, an experiment. So we came up with the fictional idea of a professor who's just created this amazing ride, and he's like, well, what happens to people when they go to a certain height? And so, well, what happens to people when they reach the stratosphere? What physically happens to them? So he's gone through this process of creating this ride, and so he wants to see what happens to people. So, and then a lot of our other theming is with the spaceship theming is images of ships that have gone to reach the stratosphere and have been tested. And okay, well, they've gone there, but what happens to people when they get to the stratosphere and sit there for a wee while and what happens to them physically? So that was the idea behind that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for chatting to us.
You're welcome.
And we will have to check the ride out now.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so we have tried out the new Stratosphere, and now I am with Mrs. Curry, who is the teacher of Room 1 for Matamata Intermediate. How are you feeling after doing the ride?
I'm still shaking.
I am too, actually.
Amazing, yeah. Really amazing, but freaky.
Which was the worst and the best parts of the ride for you?
The worst part's up top when you're sitting there and it's spinning upside down.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't have told me that you sort of needed to count to 3 and it'll stop quickly, I would have, I don't know.
Yeah.
I kept my eyes closed.
Yeah, exactly. Because some of the staff were telling us that you usually only go over 3 times, but they can go over 9 times, which is crazy. What would you do if they went over 9 times? Would you just cry?
I don't know. I think I'd be crying. It's beautiful. You're up there and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And then in the end, I just had to close my eyes.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's cool.
So good. Well done.
Definitely freaky.
Yeah. Were all your students pressuring you into doing it?
I think I wouldn't have got away with not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
And they're all giving it a go. So it's pretty cool because the ride's got those 2 different levels. So some of them who are less confident are doing the lesser level, but they've they've all given it a go.
Yeah.
So really cool.
Well, speaking of them, let's go and chat to some of those brave kids now. Cool. Now I found some other guys from Matamasa Intermediate who've actually done the Stratosphere twice now, which is amazing. So what are your names, guys?
My name's Shelton.
Yeah.
David.
Awesome. So why did you guys go on it twice, Shelton?
Because the line for the second one wasn't really big.
Yeah.
So we just thought we'd jump in.
Yeah. So because there's basically two choices, for rides. So you can go on the very extreme one and then the less extreme.
Yeah.
What are the differences between the two rides?
One goes right round.
Yeah.
And the less extreme one, it's just 45 degrees. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It just chills a bit, eh?
Yeah.
It's not as extreme, obviously. How did you find the difference between both of them, David?
I didn't go on both of them.
Oh, you did?
I just did the extreme one.
Yeah.
Got sick, so I stopped.
How's your stomach at the moment?
Getting better.
Yeah, just gotta sit and just relax for a bit, eh? Otherwise, I'm feeling a bit like that, dodgy as stomach, but maybe no more rides for me for the rest of the day. It was a lot of fun though, so thanks for chatting to us, guys. Make sure you do come and visit and try out the new Stratosphere because it's so awesome.